I thought I had to do that to be valuable. I thought I had to be a great athlete to be a person of value. And
that was where your value came from.
Yes, and he took it away from me, and now I'm getting back into it, and it's very, very different. It's like something I've never done before. I'm Izzy.
I'm Maggie.
And this is a Long Game Podcast where we talk all things faith, relationships, and wellness.
Yes.
Today, we have a very exciting episode. I'm so excited.
I know.
It's Maggie's taking the lead on this one,
It's
but
my
I
baby.
have my notes ready, and it's going to be
I'm so
insane.
excited. So we're going to be talking about our top 5 quotes from possibly unlikely sources, maybe likely sources. We'll see. Yeah. I feel like most of mine are pretty unlikely. Not necessarily like obscure, but I don't know. You might not see it coming. So we'll dive into those.
I have one that I'm going to say, and you're going to be like, it's going to be so good.
I'm so excited. But we'll talk about why we love them, why they're important to us, maybe what we can take away from them, and maybe even the source a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Do you want to go first with yours?
Okay.
We'll go one at a time.
Okay. It's not our abilities that show us who we truly are. It's our choices. This is Albus Dumbledore. Oh my gosh. I'm a Harry Potter fan. Please don't destroy me for that. Harry Potter.
I love that. Oh my gosh, you started off so strong.
Isn't that so good? It's not our abilities that show what we truly are. It's our choices.
It's our choices. I love that. Yeah, talk about that.
Well, for me, it's funny that resonated for me, like thinking about athletes. Like, because a lot of athletes have like such great abilities.
Yeah.
Like they can just do crazy things, but it's what you do with your abilities. That is what matters. And like, I was like, man, like that's so cool. I don't know. I really like that.
And I feel like you talk about that a lot too, because especially with athletes or anyone who has like a talent, you know, and it's like their talent is often the thing that they're recognized for, but it's like it's the hard work. Yeah, it's like the choices they put in to become talented. Yes, you know, some people are born with incredible abilities right off the bat. But even like, I mean, even geniuses, we've talked about it. Like it's your choices, what you do with the skills that you've been given or the abilities that you've been born with. And that makes or breaks your life. Yeah, and how you represent yourself with your abilities that you have. Like for me, I was like thinking about all of those things, like what you choose to do with the ability. So you get put on the pedestal of like whatever you're great at. Yeah. Who are you giving the glory to too? Like that's your choice. You can be like, it's all me. I was just born this way. Or you can be like, glory to the king. You know? I think that's a really cool thing in the athletic world because I feel like so many athletes are Christian. Yeah. I don't know. Like the pro athletes. I don't know if that's true, if it's like the majority, but I feel like so many of them I see like make the sign of the cross or point to the sky like after a goal. I think because like when you're in it and it is that hard, like even if you're on a team, when you're in the game, you can feel alone. Yeah. And so like most athletes are constantly praying. Like you're praying before the game, you're praying after the game, you're praying, like you're just like, oh, give me that chance, give me that opportunity. Like you're literally praying. So I think that it does cultivate that because it's so hard. And that's also why challenge is good for us. Challenge is so good for us. That's why sports are so good for kids and like everyone, like to be in the constant state of challenge. Yeah, it makes you realize you can't do it by yourself because I feel like, the loneliness for sure, but also just the pressure. Oh my gosh! Like in sports, it can be so high, especially as you get to the higher level. So it's like I think it's inevitable that you would be crushed by that unless you are relying on the Lord. I mean, I feel like you've seen that too, where it's just like there is no way you could push through or be able to perform if you were only relying on yourself. Yeah, and only doing it for yourself too. Because I'm like rebuilding myself, coming back into the athletic world right now. And growing up, like high school, like God, Jesus, that's always been very important to me. And I always struggled with it. And I would pray about it. And I was like, should I not be doing this? Should I be doing this? Like all the things. Like I didn't really know. And I was like, God, are you giving me a sign to like not like pursue this because I was having injuries? Like, is this not what I was supposed to be doing? I was always trying. And I would pray, like, take it away from me if it's not what I'm supposed to do. Yeah.
And he did. He slowly took it away from me through injury, because, and I'm realizing this as I say it, it's so cool. Like, I thought I had to do that to be valuable. I thought I had to be a great athlete to be a person of value.
Yeah.
And
that was where your value came from.
Yes. And he took it away from me, and now I'm getting back into it, and it's very, very different. It's like something I've never done before, and I'm incredibly excited and grateful. And at this point in my life, I know I can go like so much further in such a better way, because like I know who I am, and it's only going to be to glorify God.
Yeah.
And like, it's just like, I'm worthy as I am. Like, I know that, and I don't need to be like this incredible athlete. And I really, truly, my entire life felt I had to be an amazing athlete to be worthy.
Yeah.
And
well, I feel like your identity shifted.
Yeah, it did.
Like that was a huge, like heartbreaking change for you to realize that your identity was not in being an athlete and being a soccer player. And when that all got taken away, I mean, man, what, like building back up from nothing, I feel like is what happened for you.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's actually crazy, but it's just like God is so good and so big and so, like, if you surrender to him, like, he will make it so much better than you could ever imagine. And he'll just like switch it. Cause like we can never see the path. Like when we try and force it versus get it from him. And like, that's what I've always done, is like force it. Even though I'm like, I feel like that's what I have to do. And like, I am like, God, this is what I have to do for you. And he's like, actually, you should just listen to me, cause it's gonna be way easier. Mm-hmm. And that's how I felt. Like things have just happened now.
Yeah.
Way easier.
Yeah.
And
like, you don't have to force it.
I know, like, I just gotta trust God. Like, so
that's awesome.
That was a side tangent.
I love that quote. Yeah, it's your choices, not your abilities, that shape who you are.
Yeah.
That's so powerful.
Yeah, I like that one.
Way to start us off.
It was a good one.
Okay, this one's a little bit lighter. Actually, a rec from, this is something that Matthew says a lot.
Okay.
But I think we just talked about it the other day. It's from The Office.
Oh, wait.
You looked like you knew, and then you didn't.
I did, because I was thinking the other one.
It's Andy Bernard. He says, I wish there was a way to know you were in the good old days before you've actually left them.
Yes.
And I love that. I also feel like I know I'm in the good old days right now.
I do too.
You know?
I do too. I genuinely feel that way.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know I'm going to look back on this season and just be like, wow, that was so awesome.
Yeah. I feel that. I even remember being in high school, and it's funny because actually now I look back, I'm like, high school was not the good old days. But when we'd have those moments, we'd be driving around with our friends, and like, there's something about being a teenager, driving in the car with friends, listening to a song, loud, the windows are down, the hair's blowing, you're in this moment. It's like a summer night. You're listening to a song that's just like that song. And it's like an indescribable feeling. Yeah. You're just like in this moment. And like, I remember being in that moment at like 15, 16, 17 years old and being like, I'm going to fully feel this moment, because I'm going to remember this moment, and I'm going to want to be able to come back to this moment.
Okay. And I think, no, that's exactly right. I think that's how you know you're in the good old days, is when you are fully in the moment.
Yeah.
It's only when we are either like looking ahead to the next thing or dwelling on the past.
Yeah.
And then we're not fully in the moment. And then we don't realize what we have in the moment, in the present. Yeah. And I think another reason like why we know we're in the good old days is because we are like, gratitude is something that we're both very aware of, I think, in our lives. And that makes you literally just grateful for what you have now.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's also where you're going to meet the Lord.
Yeah.
Is in the moment.
Yeah.
In the present moment. Thank you, Jesus, for this moment right now. Because I feel so good right now. But yeah, it's literally, I really think that, like, feeling it right then, knowing it, being there, feeling the things, and being like, man, this is awesome.
Yeah. But I love that quote, and I think it just made me grateful for, like, knowing that I am in some of the best times of my life right now. And that there's so much to come. Yeah. But that I'm so content with where I am.
Yeah, because I don't ever want to look back and be like, man, I really wish I just would have enjoyed that.
Yeah.
And I feel like even the worst times of my life, I actually, like, still enjoyed them.
It's true.
I really tried to enjoy them. No, and I'm very glad that I did.
Yeah.
And
I
whenever
think,
I have struggle, I try and enjoy it. Yeah.
yeah. And I think so often, like, we wire our brains to focus on the bad every day, like to focus on the things that aren't going well or the stress or the projects that we have hanging over our heads. And so when you can really have that mind shift to be able to look at the good,
Yeah.
to be able to look at like, wow, I got to get out in the sun today.
Yeah.
Or I got to chat with my best friend, or
Yeah.
I have a roof over my head.
Yeah. Hello.
Shout out
Yeah.
to Izzy.
Yeah.
You
No,
know,
I
that
literally
just really reshaped
I started
your
feeling
perspective.
stressed a little bit this morning because filming day, you know, there's always things.
A lot to do.
And and I was like, why?
yeah.
I was like, why? Things are great. Everything's great. Things are so good. Like, I get to live today. I was like, why am I stressed about this? And then immediately just bringing awareness and being like, actually, I'm just not going to be stressed anymore. I'm just going to enjoy this and be grateful. And it's like, you're like, boom. And you're out of it in like seconds.
Yeah.
I just went on a walk and I was like, all right. Thank you, Jesus.
I'm
like,
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. No problem.
yeah, I
No
love
problem.
just bringing it to the Lord, being like, hey, I'm feeling
Yeah.
this right now. I don't want to feel this. Like,
Yeah.
take it away.
Yeah. Sorry, I just saw my next quote. It's so good.
Show me. I'm ready. Number
Okay.
2 for Izzy.
Okay.
Oh, we have to put our drink down for this.
Okay. Okay. I can't even do this. Okay. Yeah, look at your nose. Okay. All right, got this. You have bewitched me, body and soul, and I love you.
Mr. Darcy.
Mr. Darcy.
Mr. Darcy.
I was like, I have
am
to
obsessed.
do that one.
I didn't do one from Pride and Prejudice, but I wanted
And
to.
you, I was like, I have to.
I'm so glad you did one.
I love you. And he looks so like, well, dude, but it's like also good.
Yeah, as a male lead, like he wasn't like a super dashing person, I would say.
No, but it was
his character was so good. Oh my
So
gosh.
good.
Okay, so why this one? Because there's lots of quotes
I
in
know.
there.
I think just because like it's just for me, it's the nostalgia of what
Yeah.
it is of that movie, and then just like I like that in that movie, like they were in love and they didn't like ever even touch. They didn't kiss. There was like nothing.
Yeah.
And I think now like everything's like, oh, well, we, had this, and it was like none of that. It was like just that.
Yeah, it
And-
was much more like intellectual and personality.
Yes.
Like they ended up seeing each other's like true intentions.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
a lot of it, like she really started falling in love with him because of how he helped her family.
Yes. No,
Like,
I know.
She saw his love for her by how he
Surely you
treated
must
other
know it was all
people.
for you.
So good.
So good though.
I actually
Yeah.
thought about doing the quote at the end where they're sitting together on the dock, and he's like, Mrs. Darcy. So good. But just like their love, was so beautiful.
Yeah, and I think that's actually pretty realistic, because when people do things like that for you, like you're like, oh my gosh, this is someone who would just do something like that for me.
Yeah.
This is someone I want around.
Yeah.
This is someone I want to love.
It says so much about them.
Yeah, and I think, and it's not like, I think we've talked about it before, is like meeting someone in the challenge and in a hard thing versus like not like during that story, like it was a really sad thing what happened with her sister and everything, like, and he didn't be like, oh, well, that's embarrassing. He did the hard thing, stepped up, and like,
And did not judge her for
and
it.
didn't judge her for
Yeah.
it, just helped.
Yeah,
It's a
that
real
was
man,
beautiful.
so,
No, and I think of like Mitchell just recently, and he's such a giving person.
Yeah.
And I remember like your sister came into
Yes.
town recently, and he was so sweet because he drove a bunch for her to like help out
like
with
5
rides.
hours in one day. For,
Yeah,
for
and
my
he was
family.
happy to do it. Like, didn't
Yeah.
complain. Like,
Yeah.
and he just like stepped up to the plate. Like,
Yeah.
you didn't even have to ask him.
No,
like,
he
already-
volunteered.
Yeah,
Yes.
And I think about that, and that really is. Like,
He's my Mr. Darcy.
He is. It's so
He really
sweet.
is.
I love it.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just thought that was a good one, and we both love that movie, and I knew you would love it, and I was
Dude,
I was
I
literally
love it.
laughing like last night. I was like, she's gonna love this one.
You've bewitched me, body and soul. Also, that scene is so romantic. Like, it's sunrise.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. My mom would rewind it like 5 times in a row, and we would literally be like, oh my gosh. And she'd be like, nope, again. And we'd be like, oh my gosh. But now
my dad loved it.
Yeah. And I didn't know until
he
shout out to Mike. Yeah. He literally commented. He's like, yeah, Tony, my dad
put us on that movie.
I didn't know that. Did you know that?
I did know. Well, your family gave us so many movies. Like, we would like borrow DVDs from you guys and watch it, and it was always a like very stressful thing because we'd have to like return them. And it's like, don't scratch it. Like, who lost this DVD? Like, we're supposed to give it back to the Chinchays. Like, it was a whole thing. But yeah, he introduced us to that. I'm trying to think of what else. Like, you introduced me to a bunch of like other movies,
classics though.
Yeah, classics for sure. But Pride and Prejudice was one that, so good. Yeah, and my dad remembered it,
dude,
too.
Honestly, a moment for, like, DVDs, though. Mitchell and I were talking about the other day, and also, like, VHS. Like, I remember having to input them and then rewind them to watch the movie. Yeah. We're the last people that will ever, like, remember that. Isn't that crazy?
The last generation.
But yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, just us.
Just us. There's no one else in the world that remembers VHS.
That's nuts.
I did not have a great concept of VHS growing up, and so I was really confused because I thought that they were, like, acting on the screen as we were watching, so I was like, how do we rewind? Are they like backing up and doing things in reverse? Yeah, I was probably too old to not understand that. But yeah, VHS was totally a thing.
Yeah. Borrowing DVDs. All right. Anyways, there was a moment for that.
So fun. Anyway, great quote.
Great quote. If you haven't seen that movie, guys, and you're still here, like, you need to watch that movie.
You do. Yeah. Highly recommend. Very good. Okay. This is it's a little bit deeper.
Okay.
This is from, I'll just read it. The safest road to hell is the gradual one, the gentle slope, soft underfoot. And that's from the Screwtape Letters, which I'm reading right now. And that's like a common theme in the book because it's talking about temptation and basically how does the devil tempt us without us knowing. Like, that's the whole concept of it.
It feels right.
Yeah. Like, he never wants the person he's tempting to be aware that they're being tempted.
Yeah. That's why I literally on the way over, I was talking to a friend and I was like, you believe in God? She's like, yeah. I said, well, then you believe in the latter. Like, then you believe in Satan as well. Like he's or not believe it, but he's real. Yeah. I was like, and it's very important for me to define him as the deceptor.
Yeah.
Because he will deceive you. And he wants to deceive you. And I have been deceived so many times. Like, there's been very many times where you think, like, you're justified in what you're doing. It makes sense. Like, it's all, like, it all works out. I'm like, wow, I was really deceived.
Yeah.
And Jesus commands us, do not be deceived.
Right.
Do not be deceived.
Yeah.
So it's our job to, like, be wise in that and be careful and be like, ooh.
I agree. And something that you say a lot is, like, have your guard up. Have your guard up in the sense of don't let your guard down with the enemy.
Yeah.
It's not about not being vulnerable or anything like that, but it's have your guard up. Know that he is constantly trying to deceive.
Yep.
And to be aware of that and discerning of that.
Yeah.
Like, what does that look like? And I completely agree. There's so many times I've been deceived and I've tried to rationalize my decisions. That's
exactly what we do. We're like, it totally makes sense. I'm like, wow, I really did that. Yeah.
Yep. And I really thought that, like, it was okay, but I was deceived and I rationalized my choices.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a scary thing. No, that's a really good one. Something that you were saying, I was literally thinking the other day, like, one of the reasons, because I was like, it was a Bible verse of, like, be sober-minded. And I was like, wait, does that mean I can't even have a drink? I was like, no, it's not that. It's like, you cannot have a sober mind and not have, like, taken anything. But you're just, like, in this, like, fictional la la land, not thinking, like, not being like, no, what's the truth? Let me get to the truth of this. And you can be, like, you cannot be a sober mind and not be on anything. Like, and you can literally, and you have to be aware of that. I'm like, wow, like I have done that and just been like not actually like thinking. I think sometimes like we're not sober minded if we're like on Instagram a bunch or something. You're literally not sober, like you're not in your own like,
because you're numbing your mind. It might not be with an addictive substance, but like even Instagram is addictive though.
Yeah, so it's like you're just like, yeah, I feel like, yeah,
and you're not fully aware.
Yeah, and I was like, oh wow, like yeah, you can do that at any point.
That's really powerful.
Yeah,
that goes a lot deeper than just like don't drink.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, which I'm not like sober. I'll still drink and stuff. I don't want to send that message, but like, yeah, it was just like good to like also be like, okay, yeah, you have to be very careful with what you do and like how you do it and all the things. But
yeah,
that was a really good one. That was a deep one. I do have a couple of deep ones, I think, too. Okay, this is a really good one. Classic. Okay, we are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act but a habit. That's Aristotle.
That's really good.
Yeah,
I like that one.
Yeah.
We are what we repeatedly do.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's it. Like, and then it's like, excellence is not an act but a habit.
I love that.
And it's, I think like the athlete world too, it's like you just come into that like, yep, you can make all those things habits.
Yep.
Just by making them a habit, like doing it.
Yeah. I think about like, it's really important to me what I think about internally, like what is the running train of thought that I have, because like you said, like your beliefs will become your truth. Like that will be those will become your actions as well. And I think it is so important to guard your thoughts. And sometimes I'll have like very negative train of thoughts start going. And it's almost like you said, like I'm unaware of what I'm thinking. Like I'm not quite aware. And then all of a sudden I'll go, oh my gosh, like why am I like thinking these things or assuming these things of other people? Like, and I literally had that happen, I think, yesterday. And I was just like, Lord, I don't want to think that. Like, I don't want to assume those things. Like, I don't know why I have this going on in my head. Like, woke up in the morning getting ready, thinking about these things.
It's an attack.
And I was like, I don't even know why. Like, there's no reason. So, but again, like going back to your thoughts and like whatever is running through your thoughts becomes reality.
And Jesus also says, take captive your thoughts.
Yeah.
Take captive your thoughts. Once you realize like you get to take captive of those thoughts, you're like, oh wait, there's no real excuse for me to be spiraling on this specific thing. Like
I have control over these.
Yes, I have control of these thoughts. And like I think there's been times where I'm like, oh my goodness, like I've been thinking about these things. It's like what? Yeah, because I've just been allowing myself to like loop in that spiral of like toxicity and just be in it versus being like, no. For me recently too, it's literally I've just been like, I just think of Jesus, like literally whatever it is I'm thinking about, like, nope, okay, just think of Jesus instead. Just think of Jesus instead.
Yeah.
And that's like it's pretty easy, honestly. It's like, all right,
I love that.
I'm reset.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I feel like even just saying his name.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's so much power in that. I'm like, Jesus, I just want you. Like, I don't want anything
I say, Lord
else.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I also like say, like, take away anything in me that's not of you.
Yeah.
Right now. Like, take away anything that is not of you, anything that is against you.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just a really clean sweep of everything. And it's just like, I don't want anything else.
Yeah. And saying it out loud. Too. Yeah. There's so much power in that. There's power in the tongue.
There is. Yeah. I've been like getting a little scared in my house the past couple of nights. I don't know why. And so like, I'll just say it out loud. I'll be like, Lord Jesus, like, if there's anything that's not of you here, I don't want it here.
Yeah.
And it just makes me feel better. Like, I mean, I'm probably in my head, like I'm probably just overthinking it, but it's like,
but you have power.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have that power that you get to use whenever you need and whenever you want. And that's important that you wield that power and with authority, because it's in like, I was learning like everything's built on laws. Everything is built on laws. So there are laws that we have that we can then like, we have that authority in the law of God.
Yeah, that protect us.
Something, Girls Gone Bible, I heard too, like what I'll say and what I've said is like, you can say to address whatever it is. I've started to address like the very thing that I'm feeling. I'm like, okay, spirit of anxiety or spirit of fear, whatever. I'm like, you have no legal right here.
Wow.
In the name of Jesus, leave.
Wow.
It's very powerful because you're addressing it. You're like, I know the law. I just got chills. I was like, I know the law. I know who I am with. I know what that means. And so you have no legal right here. Leave.
Wow. That's so powerful.
Yeah. I did that a couple of weeks ago because I was like, what is going on? Why do I feel this way?
Yeah.
And then, and I did that and I was like, all right. And I really like addressing exactly what it is.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. It was really cool.
I love
Very
that.
freeing. Yeah.
Yeah. But that we don't have to succumb to the fear or to the anxiety, that we have power over it through God.
Yep. And God says, do not be afraid. And also, I just like, fearing God is so helpful. It's just so helpful. And I remember one time, like, because when I was little, I read a lot of Proverbs, right? And like, so I was,
you loved Proverbs,
and I still do. And there's the verse in there that's the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Mm-hmm. And I remember saying that in a Bible study one time, and they're like, "Wait, what?" Because they were saying something about wisdom. I was like, "Yeah." And they didn't like. They were kind of like, "Wait, are you sure?" Like I was like, "Yes, I know. That's what it says." Like
this is biblical.
Yeah, I was like, "No, for real." And they're like, "Huh?" They're like, "Well, I just don't really think I should like fear God. Like I don't really fear Him." And it's like, it's the most freeing thing you can do is to fear God. Because when you fear God, you do not fear anything else.
Yeah.
And it's not a fear that's like, it's up to me to be like, it's not that kind of fear. It's a kind of fear that's like, anything that's not from Him is going to destroy me.
Yeah.
And I'm so afraid to touch that because that is not from Him. I need to be with Him.
Yeah.
And He will protect me from like everything else.
Yeah.
And it's not just like a fear of like, because I grew up too much of like, oh, I have to perform for God. Mm-hmm. I have to be good enough for God versus like, no, He is enough for me, but I should absolutely fear not following Him.
Yeah. Fear being separated from Him.
That should be my fear. But like whatever you fear, you worship.
Yep.
And that's been such a good lesson for me too, just like financially with things. Whenever I'm like, oh, I'm being afraid about how much money is coming now, I'm being afraid about this, I'm worshiping money. I'm like, and I've told you that before, and that I'm like, wow, okay, what do I need to do? I need to fear God. Fear God. I need to fear Him, because if I worship money, like that's like I'm literally separating myself from Him. That is something to be afraid of.
Yeah.
But like the Creator, like the Lord God, Creator of the universe, that's the only one that matters. So like all this other stuff that I'll fear all the time is just such a waste. And it's like, it's very, very freeing to fear God, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think it can be misconstrued as like this very like control, like, but that's like religion and like church leader. That's like the Pharisees did, was like, oh, you do this wrong, now you're blah, 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 like that.
Yeah.
That's not the kind of fear that we're talking about. Like,
yeah, it's been misunderstood.
It's been very misunderstood for like control. And I've talked about this before, so I'm going on a major tangent here, but I've talked about this before. And like, I feel like there's so much of the just like, oh, you just go to Jesus and everything is totally fine. And like everything goes because you have the love of Jesus and it doesn't matter. And it's like, well, actually that's like, we're not preaching the right thing there, because this is all like, this is also serious. It's also very serious what we're doing at the same time. But I don't even know what
our actions matter.
Yes. Yeah. Our actions matter, but I think it's a very hard thing to like, the dichotomy of like our actions matter, but it's not about us being good enough at the same time.
But it's our faith. Yeah. No, this is a conversation I've had like hours-long conversations with Matthew about this, like trying to figure out like faith versus works, and like where do our works come in versus our faith. And like, but if you have faith, you should have works, because
the Bible also says both. Like it
says both. Faith without works is dead.
Yeah. And then
it's by your faith you will be saved. By grace and faith.
Exactly. That's why I love the book of Ecclesiastes, because it's all like, it's like everything and the opposite of everything. And it's like,
really? In
the beginning, it's like nothing matters. Like Ecclesiastes is like so depressing. And it's like, it's just like, it's crazy. It's a good book. But and that's where the relationship comes in.
Yes.
And if you don't have that relationship, you will not understand anything. And you'll be like, yes, this is so controversial or whatever, like all that.
It'll be frustrating.
But when you start to have the relationship with Jesus and you feel his love and you realize that when like all those things, when he's saying like, yes, fear God, like, yes, all this, like it's for our benefit. It's so that we're set free from all this stuff.
Yeah.
It's not just so that like we're slaves and like, you know, it's literally for us.
Yeah.
It is for our best interest. My life is so much better because it is so miserable to fear the opinions of others.
Yeah.
You just can't have a good life. You can't have a free life. You can't do what you want to do if you are afraid. If you walk around afraid of what other people think of you.
Right.
And like,
but that's what you're saying. Like, fear one thing, fear the Lord. And
then you're like, I don't care.
It doesn't matter.
Like, King of the universe over here. Yep. You know? So, yeah. Was that all from your tangent. One quote?
I think so. Wait, no, was it from yours? Which one did you just do? No, the safest road to hell is.
Yeah, and I did what we repeately do, and then we just went on again.
Yeah. Okay. So that was your fourth, right? Yeah, we went off.
Okay.
On that, but ultimately, we are what we repeatedly do. That was just a major tangent, but that was so good.
Yeah.
Like that really is very powerful.
Yeah. And anyways, go on, do yours.
Thank you for sharing. No, that's what it's all about. Okay, this next one is from a song. It goes, I will give you all the love God's given me to borrow. And it's from Zach Bryan.
Oh, cute.
And I thought that was a really cute one. And I don't even know if he's like, how much of a believer he is. I don't really know much about him. But I was like, that's just really beautiful to think about. You know, when we think about loving others, it's just kind of like God's given us these gifts and this love to give to others.
Yeah.
And it's almost borrowed in a way. You know, it's not mine. Nothing I have is mine.
Yeah.
Even the love I give to my husband or the love I show to you is not mine.
Yeah. My little sister, Maggie, said she heard something from somewhere. I don't know what it was, but she was reminding me like when she was working on forgiveness, she was like, if I don't feel like I have the forgiveness, then I just ask God to borrow some of his forgiveness.
Oh,
I was like, that's so sweet. I was like, that's
beautiful.
That's really cool because then it's like, yeah, when you're not feeling like forgiving someone or it's really hard to love someone, because like nothing good comes from us. So of course it is. So it's like, I just need to go ask him for it.
I love that. And I think especially with forgiveness, that's really, I mean, probably everything, but that's so powerful.
Yeah. Cause then I'm like, well, it's not really on me anymore. Cause like, I can't do it. And I think it's Paul who's writing, I forget in one of his books, but I just like, I remember this since I was like 15. I remember reading this and I was like, I feel this way so deeply. But I was like, that what I hate, I do. And that what I want to do, I don't do. And I don't understand why I'm this way.
Yes. Yeah.
And were you at the Bible study when I was saying that? I don't know. It was like suicides.
So
I was just like, I feel that. Why can't I just be good?
Yeah.
Why can my heart like just like be good? And it's like, it's just not, okay? Like
it's human nature, the fall.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. It's like, that's why I need that. And I need to just be like, hey, can you just give that for me to them? And I'm realizing as I'm saying that I have some people I need to, because I've been trying to forgive them. Like, you know, I'm like.
But you think about like, I think it's more common to be like, hey, Lord, give me strength for this. But also, can you give me some forgiveness?
Yeah, give me the forgiveness. Let me,
for this person. Yeah.
Because when you try and do it, when I try to be good, it's like the worst thing because it's like, it doesn't matter. The heart is just not. I have to ask for it. I have to ask for my heart to be softened. I have to ask for a loving heart. I have to ask for selflessness. Like, it doesn't matter because even if I do the thing, but my heart isn't in the right place, it still doesn't mean anything. And it's like, it's so frustrating.
That's true. But just the asking. And that's what he says, ask and you will receive.
Yeah.
I was praying about that last night and I was asking him, I was like, look, I know I'm asking you for a lot of things. I'm praying for a lot of people, but like you said, ask and you will receive.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask and I trust that your will be done, but I want you to know that I am asking in faith for these things for these people.
Yeah.
And I think he wants us
that's
to do
what we're
that.
supposed to do.
Yeah. And then be resigned to his will. Like it may not come to fruition the way that we expect it to, want it to, whatever, but like it will come to fruition as he knows is best for us.
Yeah. Yeah. No. And those are the things to be asking for. Like, especially like salvation of other people and like the opportunity to like witness to other people and like do that, to be a vessel. Like that's exactly. And I think we actually, when you came to my church that one day, that's what our pastor was talking about. He's like being relentless in your prayer.
Yes.
Like not giving up. Don't stop praying for the people. Don't stop praying for like miracles. Like don't stop praying for those people. Like my dad's not a believer. Dad, I pray for you. He doesn't listen to this podcast. But I want him to become a believer.
I love that.
And that is something that I need to be even more relentless about praying for.
Right.
I want
and
that
I think
for
it
him.
is so hard. Like I know that with people who I love who are not believers, it's like it's hard to not just become resigned to like, oh, that's just who they are.
No, you know, have
like
to pray for
and
the heart shift.
I need to be better about that. Just like continual prayer for their salvation, like for their eternal life.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
I wrote down like just a couple lists couple weeks ago just on paper, like what I had, like a healing list, just an overall prayer list, and then I had one that was salvation.
Wow.
And I'm like, that's a really big deal that to pray for. And it's like once I also see what that is, I'm like, yeah, this is and should be top of mind for me.
Yeah.
And I actually had someone yesterday reach out to me. We were kind of talking, someone that I work with, and I was like kind of talking, and she was asking some questions a little bit, and I could tell like she was kind of curious about like faith and stuff. And I literally started like jumping up and down because I was like so excited. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I literally like jumped around in a circle. I was like, this is so good. And I was like, that came from Jesus, that I had that excitement,
that joy
about that. Yes. And I was like, I want more of that. Mm-hmm. I was like, I want more of that. I want all of that, because that is the single most important thing.
Yeah.
That I should be praying about, that I should be thinking about, that like I want to do.
Yeah. And I feel like you talk so often about like bringing people up with you when you talk about like business and like success. And it's like, but in a much deeper sense, it's like literally bringing up people with you to heaven. Yes. You know, and of course it's God working through you, but it's like
it's the number one job. It's literally our number one job. It's an opportunity. And I've started to realize too, like you can do it through anything that you're doing. Like you don't have to be, for me, like I wondered, I was like, God, like, am I supposed to just like be working in a church? And like, is that what I'm supposed to do? Like, is that, and it's like, it doesn't matter. Do it wherever you are, like, and that's also where you'll find more people who actually need. Yeah. Or that it's not in that space, and then you bring them in.
Because maybe it's the people who aren't ready to go seek it out at a church. Yeah, they're not going to make it there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you get to connect with them that way. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, that's literally what it's all about. Yeah. And every time I get something like that, I'm like, that's so sweet. Because I literally asked God a couple weeks ago, I was like, can you give me some encouragement that I'm doing what you want me to? Wow. That's really sweet. That got me, because he just reminded me, and I asked for that. I was like, remind me, like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? And then literally someone that I work with was like asking. I was like so excited. So that's really cool. That. That's really cool, because I was literally so good.
That's beautiful.
So my turn.
Take a second. We're only on number 3. Wait, we're about to be on number 4.
Wait, is it you or me?
It's you.
Okay,
it's you.
All right, thank goodness. All right. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. C.S. Lewis.
Ooh, we both had a C.S. Lewis.
Oh, really? I was
that.
Literally thinking about pulling a Narnia one.
That would be awesome. Narnia is amazing. Okay, wait. So you read it one more time.
You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending.
That's so good. Yeah. Because it's so tempting to dwell on the past.
Yeah.
You know?
If only this had changed.
To live in the past. Yeah. And there's not a single thing you can do about
it. I know.
That changes nothing. That's so good.
Yeah. So I really like that. I was like, that's pretty awesome. And I think it's like when you're younger, you're a little more immature, at least for me, you try and bargain a lot with things that happened in the past, or you try and think like, if this one thing switched, if only I'd done this, if I'd just done this thing, then this would have switched. And And it's like, that is an enormous waste of time.
Do you think that's like a common like childhood misconception?
I do believe so. Yeah, just because I work with kids and I think it's an athlete thing too. Like I see it, in that of this one thing.
Very much reliant on what we do.
Yeah, when you talk to people who are a little immature or they're just younger, not in a bad way. I'm not like, oh, you're immature. They just are. You'll see them fixate on one small detail and be like, if this one thing changed, if right then and there, if I hadn't done that, that's a sign of like, it's like, okay, yeah. we gotta really work to reframe this.
Yeah.
And you gotta see like, that's very irrelevant. And actually it probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
You think that it probably wouldn't have.
Yeah. Also, if you feel like, oh man, if I'd done this differently, everything would have been different. Like that's also so much
giving
pressure
yourself a lot of credit.
Yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, then you can beat yourself up over it.
Yeah.
And feel like you didn't do enough. But
I think kids are definitely that way though.
Yeah.
I think
it's a maturity thing.
I have not done a study on that or anything, but just like in what I hear. And when you listen, because I talk to teenagers a lot too.
Right.
And you'll see them get fixated on one thing.
Mm-hmm. How interesting.
And it's just like distract. Be like, all right, let's look at this instead.
Also, like talk about deception though. Like I think that's another way the devil tries to deceive. It's like, go back and look at the past. Don't be in the present. Fixate on those things that you should have done differently. It's like, and then we're completely taken out of the present moment.
Yeah. And that's something too, from like a psychology standpoint, I'm very curious on too, because there's also the balance of like, you have to work through the past, like certain things that have happened.
Yep.
Certain like trauma and stuff like that I know I didn't work through, and like I needed to, and I did, and I got released, but then also not like dwelling on it is very like where it is balanced. And I think it's really like, it's intent and motive. Like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Are you doing it to fix yourself, or just go and try and blame someone and be like, you're the problem, this is why? Like, it's like, it doesn't matter. It literally is so irrelevant to your future and to your progression.
Yep. I completely agree. I think that there's a point where you're just going to dig up things for the sake of digging things up.
Yeah.
But it's also like, how much is your past trauma affecting your current life right now?
Yeah.
Like if you feel like your relationships are suffering because of something that happened in the past, or your present life, your work life, whatever, like you just cannot function at full capacity.
Yes.
I feel like that's a really clear sign. Like, let's
go
go back,
fix that,
and do some healing.
But if not, if you're good, don't do that. I literally had someone try to force that out of me, being like, you gotta lean into your trauma and you're a victim of all. I was like, dude, I am so fine off that stuff. I was like, I am very unaffected. I'm good. I don't need to do it. And they were mad at me for not being like, I need to go dwell in this trauma. I was like, I don't. I'm really fine.
Yeah, you knew yourself. And that probably speaks to the other person and where they were at. But
yes.
There's a lot of discernment when it comes to that. And I think with society shifting towards, okay, now therapy isn't stigmatized the way it used to be. Now it's like almost cool, which like it's not a bad thing. Like it's good that it's not stigmatized, but it's like now we're digging into things that we sometimes don't need to. Like we're creating drama and trauma out of something that might not have necessarily been impeding your life at all.
Yeah.
For the sake of just digging something up.
Yeah. No, it's
not for a good reason.
I think it's a serious problem.
Yeah. And it's harmful for you. Yeah.
And I have someone in my life very close to me that I've had extreme hurt with, like extreme hurt and wounds and all the things. And they're recently back in my life and stuff like that. And I have still continuously had to pray, like, honestly, almost every single day since then, because I'll feel this feeling come up of like, ooh, they did all this to you. They did all, and I'm like, I rebuke that. Get behind me, Satan. No, thank you. Yeah. I can't do that. And why? What do I get? I literally get nothing. I get nothing by festering in the pain that someone else caused me and like not forgiving them and thinking about it. But like that is literally what the devil will do. He will remind you of the way people hurt you. He will, and then you got to take captive yourself and be like, I don't need to why do I need to replay what that person did to me 900 times? Like, what am I doing that for? Do I really hate myself that much? Like,
it's true, but he's the destroyer, and oftentimes the trauma and the hurt it's from families, and
Yes.
it's from within our own family,
Yep.
within
Yeah,
our own
that's-
friend
yeah.
group. It's the people closest to us
Yeah.
who often hurt us. But like, that's just the reality.
Yeah.
But he's the destroyer, and he's the destroyer of families. Like he wants to see families
I hate
broken
that so much. Yeah.
he is. Like we see that
Yeah.
like through the entire
through our families.
throughout
Our parents
the
are
Bible,
divorced,
throughout
yeah.
history, like the entire timeline of the world, like time and again, it's like breaking up families
Ugh,
over
so
and over
sick.
again.
Yeah.
And so of course, like he wants you to dwell on that hurt and
Yeah.
go, no, you shouldn't forgive this person. You should remember what they did to you.
Yeah.
But I love that you rebuke that. I
Yeah.
feel so strongly about that. And I know
I
that
love
you
that.
do too. That's amazing.
Yeah. I have to. I've had 2 things and I've been reminded. I'm like, why?
Yeah.
Done. And I've literally been out loud. I'm like, I forgive you. I forgive you. I forgive you. I'm just like, I forgive you. I forgive you.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and then I'll replay it. Then I'll envision in my head them talking to me and being like, I forgive you.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
That's
anyways,
probably so
yeah,
helpful.
But
yeah.
good stuff. All
Good
right.
job. Proud of you.
I'm proud of you, dude. That was good.
Hey, thanks. Okay, I feel like this is a similar one to ones that we've talked about. This is from, what's it called? Lord of the Rings.
Ooh.
We're rewatching it right now. And this one, I think it's the first movie. And it's Frodo, and he goes, I wish it need not have happened in my time. And he's just like talking about like this whole calamity that's happening. He's like, I wish it hadn't happened during my time. And Gandalf goes, so do I, and so do all who live to see such times. But that is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what we do with the time that is given us.
I love that.
Yeah, and I feel like it's similar to what we've been talking about. It's the choices that we make with what we have, what is within our control. Because I think especially right now, you look around the world and you're like, oh my gosh, like are end times happening? Like sometimes it feels like that. Like there's so much hate, there's so much hurt, and you feel like it's all just coming to an end. Like I wish this weren't happening right now, but it's like it's what we do with what we have.
Yeah.
We don't know when the end time is. Like I don't even like speculate on that.
I know I don't either.
It's what
too
we
much of a
do
loop.
in our day to day with our relationships with who God has put in our lives right now.
Yep. And every interaction matters.
Yep.
Every interaction matters. Dude, I had a very scary thought the other night. And because I was thinking about the fear of the Lord, and I was like thinking that, and I was thinking about having to see every single bad thing that I've done and every single hurt that I've caused to other people.
Wow.
Like just how I've hurt them, like in any way. And I was like, and it wasn't like unproductive or me being like, oh, like nothing like that. It was just like a real thought and being like, I want to be very, very careful of how I interact with people.
Wow.
Even people who have hurt me badly or anyone that I just like come across, because every single thing that I did, like that's real, that happened.
Yeah.
And I've caused hurt in people's life. I know, like, and probably hurts that I don't even know.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's a really crazy thing to think about. And I was like, that's enough to make me like, okay, I got to really think about every interaction.
Yeah.
Because man, I don't want all that.
Yeah. I don't want to
Yeah.
hurt people, but when we have like any close relationships we have, people have given us power over them, you know, and like to steward that wisely, you know, like of course we're not going to be perfect, but to like be so cognizant of like, I don't want to hurt people.
Yeah. I listened to this podcast and there was this guy, he was this like daredevil guy. He was on George Janko and he like almost died and had this experience. I think this is what led me to this thought. He had this experience where he was like kind of dead and he re-saw every way that he hurt every single person in his life. Oh my gosh. And he's like, yeah, that's where that thought came from. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Because I was like, it's a very specific thing.
Yeah.
And
oh my goodness.
Yes. And he like saw it. And he went and felt what they felt in every single thing that he did. Oh my
goodness.
And I was like, oh goodness.
How did that affect him after? Was he just like very convicted?
Yeah. So I don't think he was an actual Christian, like really Christ follower, but he believed in God and was like exploring that and everything.
Yeah.
And it changed him for sure.
I
can't
can
imagine that.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I did imagine it the other night. I was like, this is terrible. I was like, wow, that's crazy to think about. But it also, I think it's very humbling, because if you don't, it's easy to think that you haven't done much wrong to other people.
Pretty good. Yeah.
It's really easy to be like, no, I haven't hurt anyone in my life. There's no way.
I can't imagine. I've
totally justified that in my head, because all those things I've done, I justified them to an extent. So that's why I did them. Anyways, so being like, no, I've caused hurt. I've damaged. Like, I've done that. Yeah. Being like, okay, wow, I don't want to keep doing that. Yeah. And that's a scary thought. Yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. Anyway.
Powerful stuff.
Yeah. My last one was trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understandings. In all your ways, acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. I was like, I have to. I was like, I have like another one, random one, but I was like, no, that for me.
Is that like one of your favorite Bible quotes, or the favorite?
Yeah, that's been like I know
it's
favorite.
Been yours for a long time.
Yeah. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understandings. I love being like, okay, because I love to understand things. I'm like, all right, no. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understandings. And then in all of your ways, acknowledge him.
Wow.
And then he'll make your path straight. And it's like,
I love the Bible. Like, there's verses like that where it like so clearly lays out.
It's not hard.
What you need to do, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I was talking to Matthew the other day, and he was saying how he was talking to someone else, and they were like, yeah, the Bible doesn't like really give you much clear direction on like what to do. And he was like, no, I think it does. I think it does, for sure. It's very clear.
It's very clear, actually.
We have so much direction. I mean, you've got to go seek it out. You've got to actually read the word. But like in that verse alone, it's like lean on your own understanding. Trust the Lord in all things.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so clear.
And then he'll make your path straight. And I always remember, I'm like, he's going to do it. I got to do, like, I almost wondered if I'm a little bit of a control freak the other day. I was like, do I really? But I'm a go-getter too. So I'm like, also like, I'm going to go do the things. But I was like, am I trying to like do too much? So I've been like trying to be like, okay, God, like what? But also like we're called to work hard. There's like all the things. So
I just feel like that's a hard balance for anyone, especially you being like a go-getter. Just like
the way that I am.
I'll work as hard as I need to get it done.
But the reminder for me again is just like acknowledge him.
Yes. Yeah.
Acknowledge him. Just think about the cross. Like literally just think about the cross.
Yeah.
I think about the cross and I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm like realigned. Like I wake up, I think about the cross. I'm like, okay, I'm good. I've just been going there, and it's like I've seen it change me, how I move. Because I'm like, okay. Because if I allow myself to just do me, it's the worst, man. Like I get caught up in like all the stuff that I don't want to be caught up in. Yeah. I get dragged down. I get swept away. I lean on my own understandings, and then I'm like, oh, it's just like, oh, gosh. Oh, I thought of a great quote. Mike Daly told me this. He said, God is for God. He's like, so we will do a lot of things and be like, oh, it's for me, it's for this, it's for us. And he's like, God is for God. It is not to glorify yourself. It's not to glorify anything, anyone. It's for God. God is for God.
Wow. That's
God is for God.
I've never heard that.
I had never heard that. At first I was like, I was like, oh yeah, like God is for God. You're trying to make this about you and this whole thing. God is for God.
All is for him.
And I was like, okay, cool. This is pretty simple.
Yeah, makes it very straightforward.
Yeah. So that was a bonus one, Maggie.
I love that one.
You have your last one, right?
Well, now I have to think of a bonus one too. Mike Daly also said,
Maggie's awesome. Oh wait, did you hit yours? Your last one?
No, this is my last one.
Okay,
yeah. So this is a poem I heard recently. I started the Bible in a Year podcast. And it's been amazing. I've learned so much from it. And I'm
when did
on
you
like
start
day
that?
10.
Oh, I was like, you didn't invite me to do that
2 weeks ago. You should totally listen.
Well,
the thing is too, this is a tangent, but I started listening to it and I really feel like it was God just like kind of putting it on my Spotify because I hadn't thought about it and I don't even remember thinking about hitting play or anything, but I really think that he I needed to listen to it because I feel like I haven't been gleaning a lot from like reading my Bible, like sitting down and actually reading it. And so I started listening to this, and I feel like I've been learning so much.
Sick.
Like it's been so eye-opening.
So is it actually written out, or it's just they summarize each chapter, or like what is it?
So it's read out loud.
Oh, okay, cool.
And it's not the entire Bible, and there's certain books that are read together. So right now we're reading like Genesis, parts of Proverbs, and Job together, and they all kind of like intertwine, and we're talking about all of them.
Okay.
So it's really interesting the way it's laid out, but it's so nice to just like listen to it read, and then like there's a brief like conversation about it afterwards. And like it's crazy what I've been learning about some of the Old Testament characters like Abraham and Noah.
Nuts.
I'm like, holy,
I'm telling you, it's insane.
Yeah.
I'm reading
had
Nehemiah right now.
Good conversations about it. You really should listen to it.
I will.
I know you already have a great understanding of like the Old Testament.
Love the Old Testament.
I
Dude,
have
it's
not.
Insane.
And I really feel like it's coming alive for me right now. So anyway,
The
if
best
you haven't
stories.
listened to Bible in a Year, highly recommend with Father Mike Schmitz. So like, he's a Catholic priest, and so it's a Catholic perspective, but I know a lot of like non-denominational, like
Anyone can read it, and it's
anyone
good.
can listen to it, and I feel like you can glean a lot.
I would love to.
Yeah,
That sounds
you should
awesome.
totally start listening. So
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
this poem is one that he mentioned. It's from like a Bible commentator person, like from like the 1600s, who wrote this poem.
Okay.
But it says that woman was not made from man's side, or woman was made from man's side, not from his head to be ruled over him, not from his feet to be trampled upon, but from his side to walk with him, from under his arm to be protected by him, and from near his heart to be loved by him. And I was like, wow.
Oh my
Like
goodness.
right there, it literally has like the definition of what our relationship is supposed to be with one another.
Oh my gosh.
Like we're made to be protected by man, to be loved by man.
Wow.
And I even thought about like just how feminism has changed, and how like we feel like women need to be better than men, but we were not made from man's head to rule over him or to be trampled on. Like we are made to be equals, to walk side by side. And I was like, wow.
That's
the symbolism.
really cool. Can you read that again?
Yeah. So woman was made from man's side. Woman was made from man's side.
Yeah.
Not from his head to be ruled over him, not from his feet to be trampled upon, but out of his side to walk with him, from under his arm to be protected by him, and from near his heart to be loved by him.
That was really cool.
I know. I thought that was
love
really
that.
beautiful.
I'm going to get that printed and put that in my house.
I know.
Legitimately. I
think
love
I
that.
need to.
Yeah, I want that
agree.
in my house. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
Dude, that was really cool.
I love that one. I
That was
definitely
great.
wanted to share that because that was a new poem that I had never heard before, but I think it does speak to like the symbolism that God has in those things sometimes, like why he created woman from Adam's side. Like I never even thought about that.
Oh, wow. Yeah. No. Dude, that hit me. That was really good.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a wrap.
I think it also, I could go on about it.
No, what
but
were you going to
it's
say?
like-
You think it also...
No,
what?
I think it also just like speaks to when we're so, I think as women, like we have that innate desire to be protected by men, you know?
Yeah.
And we were like literally created to be protected, you know, like that's part of it. I know, it's so beautiful. And like it comes from that for a reason. So
I love
thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you liked it, make sure to like it and subscribe on our channel.
And if anything resonated with you in the episode, please send it to someone that you think might benefit from listening. We can't wait to see you in the next episode.